Hello, and welcome to Everyday Champions in Business, presented by Action Coach Dane County. Action Coach is the world's #1 business coaching company, and this is your opportunity to hear the stories, the tips, and the insider information that makes business and entrepreneurship the greatest game on the planet. I'm Rob Maniaci, Enrollment Specialist with Action Coach Dane County, and today it's my pleasure to introduce Kari Walton. Hello, Kari.
Hi, Rob. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Kari, if you could just start by telling us the name of your organization, your role, and how long you've been active.
Sure. Again, I'm Kari Walton. I'm the Executive Director at Prairie Music and Arts. We are a nonprofit arts organization that provides arts-based education directly to youth at schools, community centers, and outdoor spaces.
Thanks. You're the founder, is that correct?
I am the founder. We opened in 1999.
Okay. Tell us, what caused you to say, "Hey, we need this."
Well, I'm a musician by trade. That's what I did my undergrad and my graduate work in. So the arts are something that's very near and dear to my heart. I am wanted to be an educator for ever since I was in college, and so I pursued that as I was moving into my professional career. And we chose Sun Prairie because Sun Prairie has such a strong music community. We actually started out as a private music school and kind of grew from there to being a fully serving arts program. But we chose Sun Prairie because of its strong commitment to the arts.
And tell us how it works. Who are you serving and in what form? Like what kind of services do you offer?
Sure. We are a fully mobile organization at this point. We operate without a centralized facility. And again, all of our programming goes out into the community, partnering with other community organizations and schools to take programming directly to kids. We prioritize accessibility. And as such, we're aligning with social service organizations to create accessibility for at-risk and economically disadvantaged youth.
Okay. And what are some of the arts that they can experience?
Sure, we try to cover the arts as a whole. So we started out as a music school, but now we offer music, visual art, theater, poetry, and creative writing. And we also are building programming that's culturally diverse. So programming such as hip hop, dance, and spoken word.
Oh, it's exciting. How many people on your team, Kari?
Currently this summer we have 8 on our staff. That's revolving. We have staff that's seasonal and comes in and out as we need programming, but we also have a number of people that come in and out as contracted guest artists, guest teaching artists that come in and provide some of our adjunct programming.
Okay, fun. And what's your long-term vision? What do you hope to accomplish? What's Prairie Music and Arts going to look like 5, 10 years down the road?
Sure. Again, we're fully mobile at this point, and we envision ourselves being an ongoing cultural arts and education resource for Sun Prairie and the greater Dane County area, being a source where organizations can come to for arts programming. And so we hope to be that for our community 3 years, 5 years, 10 years out.
And is this free for the participants?
Predominantly, our programming is free. About 90% of it is free at this point because we want to provide as much accessibility as possible. We do have a small amount of programming that is paid.
Okay, so when it comes to funding Prairie Music and Arts, who would you say is your target market? Who's helping you? Is it grants? Is it corporations? Is it community at large? What does that look like to maintain the organization?
Sure, we are primarily funded through grants and donations.
Okay, and is it like individual community donors that make up the bulk of that, or what does that look like?
It's a mixture. We have some very generous private donors that contribute to support our programming and our mission, but we also are funded through local, state, and federal grants.
Okay, and so beyond the mobile art events and things like that, what would you say if you were to get philosophical is the real problem you're solving? What is the real value you're delivering to the community?
Well, I think first and foremost is filling the gap educationally. Our public school system can only do so much. So we're ensuring that kids have access beyond the school day for enriching education. Many of the kids that we serve do not have the financial means to take part in some of the wonderful educational programming outside of the school day. And so we hope to serve that role. So I think that's a big impact that and role that we have to play in the community.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. As you've evolved over the years, what would you say is the biggest challenge you've had to overcome, and what did you do to address it?
Like many small businesses and small nonprofits, I think the biggest challenge for us is funding. The arts are often underfunded.
Mhm.
And I think that is the biggest challenge for us is building the awareness to the cause, and that it goes beyond just the skill that a child might learn, like learning an instrument or learning to draw, that it's more about what it does for them in their development, how it helps them develop their academic skills, their social emotional development, so many things that children need. And I think the challenge for us is educating the community of that importance and how we can serve a very important role for the youth
Yeah.
in our community.
Kari, what have you found is the best way to get that message out there?
Word of mouth and being very engaged in the community. I think we've learned over the years that we can't do this alone, and we need our partners to do the work that we do. So building awareness, forming connections with our partners that allows us to spread our reach to more youth, and then social media. We
Of
couldn't do
course.
anything without social
Yeah.
media anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let's shift gears to some rapid fire questions. So in this case, give us your best short, quick responses, okay? Who has been a champion in your life? Someone you really admire or has helped you get where you are today?
Sure, I can narrow that down to one person. I think there have been really important people all along, from childhood to now, teachers and professors that have helped me with my learning to be an educator, and that have inspired me by their teaching, and kind of shown me the kind of teacher that I want to be. And then community members, colleagues that have shown me how and have been wonderful role models about how to be active and engaged in the community. So I'm not sure I can narrow it down to just one person.
Can't just name one, that would be unfair to the rest. All right, I'll let you slide on that. What's your key to success?
Oh gosh, patience.
Okay. Um,
Always being open to listening and learning. Learning never stops. We're always learners. And knowing what you don't know
uh-huh.
so that you can go find that help for what you don't know.
Yeah, being open to help, having patience, and a lifetime learner.
Absolutely.
How about a must-read book?
Must read book. The list. It's kind of like the mentor. Like, how do I narrow it down to one? I'm a big fan of the books by Barbara Kingsolver, but I'm not sure I can pick one. She's an author. She's from the Southeast, which is where I'm from, but she moved away, which is what I did. And I always find her message very compelling.
Thank you. And imagine someone just getting started launching a business or a nonprofit. What would you want to tell that person? Word of advice.
Definitely get involved in your community. Get involved with your chamber. get involved with other business groups, talk to people that are in the business. That's what I did when we were first starting, get advice. There's a lot of advice out there to be had.
Thank you. And where can we find you online, Kari?
For our organization, you can go to Prairie Music and Arts, or you can just look up prairiemusic.org. That'll give you a lot of information about what I do, and the things that I feel passionate about.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Two more questions ago. Is there an offer, a call to action, or an event you'd like to promote for the folks watching the video?
Sure, we have a new project that I would love to share. We have a new project. It's called Go Kart. That is a partnership with the Sun Prairie Parks Recreation and Forestry Department. This is a fully mobile arts and recreation trailer. We go around to city parks and outdoor spaces offering arts and recreation free for kids. It started in June. We're really excited about it. By the end of summer, we will have had 30 stops. And it will be a year-round project. And the arts portion is fully funded by Prairie Music and Arts. So any donation to support that part of the project, small and large, goes a long way for helping us build that impact.
Fantastic. And the dates and times and locations are on your website for
Yes, you can go to the Prairie Music and Arts website to our events page, and you can see a calendar of all the dates.
Excellent. Last question, Kari. All topics are wide open. It doesn't necessarily have to be sharing the arts. What's most inspiring to you these days?
Children.
Children.
I've been teaching for over 30 years, and there's not a day goes by where I'm with kids that I don't learn something, or where I'm not inspired. They are the most inspiring to me. They will say things completely unfiltered, and they look at the world with just a beautiful openness and joyfulness.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's beautiful. I appreciate that. And thanks for being our guest on Everyday Champions in Business. That wraps it up. As a thank you for sharing your story, we're going to send you a copy of Joe Theismann's book, How to Be a Champion Every Day, autographed by Joe. So keep an eye out for that. If you're watching and you know an everyday champion in business who would make a great guest on this session, please tap the link below to schedule an interview. Thank you so much, Kari. We loved hearing your story and all about Prairie music and arts. Appreciate you very much, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you for the opportunity, Rob. It was great talking to you.